everybody, this is Sicksinz Gaming here, and welcome to Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, Switch Review. Enjoy! Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen contains both the original scenario for the base game of Dragon's Dogma and the expansion, Dark Arisen. These scenarios have you explore the world of Rancis, a medieval world occupied by grandiose castles and epic fantasy creatures like chimeras, griffins, and dragons. Dragon's Dogma is a hefty game, and the fact that it's also quite good makes an easy recommendation to any JRPG or RPG fan. Now, I was never a huge fan of the visuals in the game. The world has a bland medieval look to it with like washed up colors, but one thing that saved the game most of the part here would be the interesting locations that it does have within the game. While it's actually impressively close to the Xbox and PS4 versions of the game, there is a noticeable amount of pop-ins in some of the open areas. However though, the character models look just as good as they do in the other console versions, as well as some of the enemies you do face. While Dragon's Dogma is filled to the brim with different enemy archetypes, there is a bit of a Monster Hunter style quality to its bigger enemies. These enemies offer a different fight compared to the hordes of ghouls and bandits you do take on. While I was playing this game on the Switch, I was a bit worried about these battles that will be actually hampered by the system's hardware, but I didn't find this to be the case in most fights that I endured. At certain times though, it was a noticeable dip in frame rate, typically occurring when you see like a bunch of enemies in one area around a big boss. But the dip wasn't that bad that it wasn't unplayable, so it was okay. The combat's pretty stylish, and as you level both yourself and your pawn up on a numerous amount of attacks that you can open up as you approach your combat encounters. The pawn system allows you to summon NPC characters created by other players that are customized with their own gear, their skill sets, and even knowledge based on how deep their player is in the game, allowing players to create party compositions to fit your situation or desired build at any time. Now the game itself, it runs at roughly around 30 frames per second in both handheld and docked mode, which is pretty impressive considering that the PS4 and the Xbox One version actually runs similar. Now as far as the visual goes, it does look great on the Switch, but don't expect it to have great details and resolution in handheld mode, so it does take a hit on that department. Anytime the day changes to or from night, you'll be treated with a very pretty glow. And the need for a lantern at night with the starry sky above you is a nice change of pace, which you'll be seeing a lot if you venture out past dark. And the lighting at these times is so damn pretty, if you ask me. That is truly where the game really shines. I prefer to play the game undocked out of my own personal preference, only because I found it more comfortable with the control scheme. That being said though, Dragon's Dogma is another great port that suffers no significant performance issues. If you have not yet the chance to play Dragon's Dogma or were interested in the series, now is a chance to dive headfirst into this cult classic. If you have it played on the other consoles, I would recommend that as well if you don't have a Switch, but so far I'm really enjoying this on the Switch, especially on the go. I'm on the train or if I'm in the doctor's office. It's a great fresh breath of air for me, as playing, I played other RPGs like Skyrim or even Xenoblade 2, but this one is a little bit different, and it's actually one of my favorite of the series as well. And I know it was a lot of information to take in on such short amount of time, but I didn't want to get too in-depth with this review, as I only have about 24 hours into the game, and this footage here is actually in the early stages of the game. Not to say any more, I'll put out my review score for this game, and this is actually going to come out to be an 8 out of 10. If you guys disagree with the score or agree with the score, let me know in the comments below. I do appreciate you guys watching this video. Until then, Sicksinz out.